And I've opened up a good amount of restaurants. Welcome to our very first restaurant in the Philippines. This right here, it's weird how they decided that this is how they wanted to do it. It's always something every day, and it's got me like hyped up again. Look how dope this thing is. So they gave us 3 weeks. That's 7, 14, 21 days before we open now. So my wife, Carla, and I finally decided to pull the trigger for real, and open up a restaurant here in the Philippines. I think I announced maybe a couple years ago that we were gonna do it, but it didn't fall through. This one is for real because we have a lease signed, we have a location, and we actually just signed a contractor to do a minor demo yesterday, and they gave us a 3-week timeline, meaning we are 3 weeks out from a soft opening, which is why we are here right now. I'm gonna vlog and document the whole thing. So today is day 1 of opening up a new restaurant here in the Philippines. I'm gonna explain everything, why we did it, why it took us so long, how we're doing it. Every little detail is gonna be here in this vlog. And what better place to start this vlog off at the actual location. It's about 5:30, or it's almost 6 p.m. actually. So the sun's going down soon. So hopefully I can get there in time, but the next scene will be at our restaurant here in the Philippines. Wow, that's crazy to say. I can't believe it. It's weird. It's finally happening. And there's so many things that I want to share with you guys, so many thoughts, so many emotions. Number one being how nervous I am. I don't remember being this nervous in a minute. It's probably, if I think real hard, it's been about a year. Last year I competed in my first jiu-jitsu tournament. And then before that, probably, right before I moved here. I was like super nervous, but besides that, it's been pretty darn chill here. So that's like the initial feeling to come just like off top. Because it's a different game. I've opened up a good amount of restaurants, but opening up in a different country, that's crazy. The words coming out of my mouth, like it just feels exciting, but also nerve-wracking. We'll see you there. Let's go. So you're probably wondering why we're opening up a restaurant. Well, our undying love for sharing food and being passionate about creating food will always be the driving force for us to open up a restaurant. And I think as a restaurant owner, to stay long in this game, that should always be your number one. So that's the main reason. Now, a secondary reason to why we're opening up a restaurant is also because we've been here in the Philippines so unexpectedly long and longer than we thought we'd ever be here that we have to find another means of income. So we've tried to, explore other routes, and nothing really like panned out. But, we had an epiphany or a long talk, Carl and I, a few months ago, and we realized, like, why are we straying away from what we know, from what we're good at? And finally, we just, grit our teeth, knuckled up, and what does knuckled up mean? Just did it. We did it. We signed a lease, and we are opening up a restaurant. This is it. This is going to be our future restaurant here in the Philippines. Okay. Can never be too safe. Still got to get used to these different locks, man. It's so hard to open. Let's get this one. Safety is a priority. So yeah, these locks are crazy. We bought them for like 2,000 pesos each. How much is that? Let's open it up. Let me help. That was really loud. Apologies. Alright guys, welcome to our very first restaurant in the Philippines. And why do I say it like that? It's because we don't have a name yet. That's how grassroots start in this thing. Here we are. Crap, I forgot it's not this one. So if you haven't noticed yet, the restaurant is formerly Taco Deck, a Mexican taco canteen kind of deal. And we've actually ate here before, and their tacos were really good. I'm gonna give you guys a quick little pan of the whole restaurant. Now, I'm sure you're also thinking it's pretty small, and I agree with you guys. It is pretty small. In total, it's about 25 square meters. Just enough space for probably, maybe, we're gonna put 3 small tables here, and then I'm gonna put another 3 if I can, so 6, 9, maybe 20 people max. 20 people max. Unless we, oh no, I'll get to this this little bar area soon. But if I put bar seating here, it'll be about 25. And that's being hopeful. All right, guys, welcome to my kitchen. It's not much, but I'm actually really excited about it. So before I give you guys a quick tour, I feel like I have to give this place a name. It's down to 3 things. Carla and I are like, we can't like decide, so maybe I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. So, number 1, in my opinion, is burrito barrio. So that probably gives away a lot. We want to serve burritos, specifically burritos. That's going to be like our come here item. And then the second runner up for the name of this place is going to be, or we think we might want to call it California burrito. And the third one, which is we're kind of iffy about because we're not sure. So we want to call it Peace, we maybe want to call it Peace, Love, and Boba Philippines, or Peace, Love, and Boba PH. So we're iffy on that one because it puts us in a box. Well, I mean, burrito barrio also puts us in a box, but that's what we're serving. So Peace, Love, and Boba Philippines, and basically says we're a boba shop. And if you don't know who we are all the way in California, why would we assume that people here would know that we're serving exclusively burritos? So I'm just throwing it out there because those are like the top 3. And I don't know, what do you guys think? Which one would you go for? Why do I like burrito barrio? I feel like it rolls off the tongue, and once again, burritos, that's what we're serving. So I'll get more specific into what we're serving here later, but first let me show you the restaurant. So we're very limited very, very limited on what we're going to be able to do, but one of the key items that made us like get this place was this commercial hood. It's not that big, but it was already here. And if you've ever opened a restaurant before, you know that you need this. And then also to install these, it's very expensive. And this thing is brand new, damn near, and it's working really, really well. So the problem though is like this right here. It's weird how they decided that this is how they wanted to do it. I don't know if it was like a budget thing or they just maybe didn't have much experience. If you ever watch this, no offense to you guys actually did a really good job with this place, besides like this. But so they have like really nice marble top counter under this hood, which only leaves you enough for like a plug-in cook area, which is, I don't know if that's the way to go. I don't even know how they did it. They're actually able to like make some really good tacos with such a limited amount. But so basically what we have to do here, if we want to have like any shot of putting on a really good menu, is we're going to cut here. So right here, we're going to get rid of this and we're going to install some real commercial equipment. I think off top what we're going to do is we're going to install, right here is a stock pot burner, which is going to allow us to do so much. And then here, probably like 2 tabletop fryers, and then maybe a plancha or something else. I don't know exactly, but here has to be plug-in, unfortunately. But we're going to be able to make this work. Now, another big change we're going to have to make is, here, I'm going to flip the camera, is right here. This is like the world's smallest commercial kitchen sink I've ever seen. There's a spider right there. It's not very deep. And this is going to be a huge bottleneck if we don't change it. So what we're going to do is we're going to gut it and install maybe like a farmhouse sink, something way deeper and easier. And then we're going to get rid of this bad boy and put in a handheld hose. But that's the best we can do. We're not going to be able to do a 3-compartment, unfortunately. And for those of you not living in the Philippines and don't really know how it works here, the rules are different. So you don't necessarily need to put a 3-compartment sink. I know that might be a little bit cringe and stuff, but it's not necessary here, and that's just how it works over here. So let's see, the sink. And then we're gonna do subway tile all over here for easier cleaning. Actually, no, right there is gonna be more steel. And then we're gonna go subway tile here, subway tile there, because we're gonna accumulate a lot of grease and a lot of grease vapor, and just gonna be so much easier to clean versus just this white paint, which will eventually turn yellow, especially if we pop off. And then over here, we're gonna finish this. So it's just black paint. So we're gonna put more tile here to also allow for us to clean properly and keep this place hygienic, which is one of the most important things you need to do when you're running a restaurant. So here's a workstation, here's our only workstation, which sucks, but this is all we have to work with. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna add shelving here, and then here, believe it or not, we're gonna gain more space. So what we're gonna do here is, let me set this up. All right, so what my camera is sitting on top of is a beautiful bar and like a service counter as well. It kind of doubled, and it's. I actually like what they did, but number one, it's way too tall, especially for this country where the average height is, I don't know, I'm gonna guess. I don't know what it is, but let's say it's 5'4",
4. Which makes me tall. Okay. So anyways, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this bad boy. We're gonna probably chop it in half. So according to our contractor, we would be able to lower it and maybe like kind of give us more space to enter here without compromising the whole thing. So what that allows us to do is have more workspace right here, under here. So, because this is going to be lower and we can put in another steel table. And hopefully and ideally, that gives us space and storage. And that is another important aspect of making this restaurant successful. So we're kind of talking about key aspects of trying to make sure that this place is gonna run smoothly as possible. If you notice right here, we have one sole fridge, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this is not a commercial fridge, but it's what we have. This is like a fridge you would find at home. That's the Philippines for you. Okay, let me show you. Look, there's not much space here, dude. Look at this. Look at this. For the menu that we want to do, we have this. So that's not going to cut it. And then look at this. We have space for another small freezer, barely. If I had to guess, this is about what, 15 inches in width. Depth will be fine, but we're gonna have to squeeze some kind of cold, it's like another cold storage here. And then that kinda is it. So, you know, we have, before we even get to grand opening or soft opening, we have a lot of puzzles to solve before we get there. And, you know, honestly, that's like one of the things that I miss about not being at my restaurant in Vacaville every day is that, like these puzzles that you have to solve, because it's always something every day, and it's got me like hyped up again. I'm pretty excited. And even though, you know, earlier I was talking about how I was nervous, when you're in the restaurant, like the energy changes. I feel at home again. If you notice behind me is this really dope mural. I want to keep it actually. It just needs like a few minor changes, but Carla thinks that it holds the identity of the old restaurant, Taco Deck. And she's right, but I mean, it just looks so cool, and I feel like we can kind of turn it into our own in a way. But look, check it out. So the only thing that really like brands the old restaurant is this Taco Deck. But besides that, I mean, look how dope this thing is. I feel like this restaurant was only open for a short amount of time, and I don't think anybody really even knew this place was open. I think they last, let's see, June, September, October, November. They barely lasted half a year. So how would they know once we get rid of that? Look at this. What do you guys think? Drop a comment, let me know. Should I keep the mural or should we get rid of it? Let me know, please. All right, so that pretty much is the whole restaurant. It's super simple, it's small. The only thing I didn't show you was the bathroom, but it's just a bathroom. Like, it's go time, y'all. So, I think I mentioned this before, but it's okay. Yesterday we met with our contractors. Shout out to Lyle and Jason for hooking us up with their trusted contractors. Something very important here, and you know, anywhere you go, you need a trusted contractor. So they gave us 3 weeks. That's 7, 14, 21 days before we open. Now, are they going to go over their time? Are they going to be shorter? We'll see. But I'm giving myself 21 days to soft opening. So I kind of went over all of the changes we're going to do in the back of the house. Real quickly before I get to the next top point, we're going to put couch seating along the wall here. probably going to be really small, and then we're going to do 1, 2, 3 tables, which will get us the most amount of seating possible for that side. And then we're going to do almost the same thing, maybe not another couch, but something that's going to run along this wall with more small tables. And I think we're going to keep the middle open. So that's another part of the demo that we have to do. And then, counter. So we're going to cut it in half, and then also we're going to run electrical to it, which, like, there's nothing here so far, and we're going to need that for the concept that we want to do, which I'll talk more about tomorrow. But as far as construction, that's what we have ahead of us. These guys have dedicated all of their time over the next almost month to us, so I really think with the experience that they have, and I've seen their body of work, these guys are good. We can do it. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is I have to go to the bank to convert more money, and then we're going to go buy the equipment for the kitchen, and then also figure out the tables and chairs. So that's it, guys. Welcome to Burrito Barrio, Burritoville, Peace, Love, and Boba, Philippines, California Burrito. Oh, I didn't tell you about Burritoville, but that's another one that we were thinking about. All right, let's get out of here, y'all.